Today we are going to talk to you and tell you everything you need to know about living in the mountains of Colorado. Hey guys, it's Hallie and Lauren. We're the Mile High Property Sisters. Welcome back to our channel. We are two Colorado natives, both growing up in the mountains, not in Denver, but we're actually mountain girls. So we're going to tell you all the things, good and bad, that you need to know before you decide to live here.
Yes, we absolutely love making these videos more than anything. However, if you have any real estate needs, please feel free to reach out to our telephone number or email listed below. You will always get one of us on the phone or by email. And please don't forget to hit the subscribe button.
All right, so first thing to know about living in the mountains, even right on the Front Range, like where we are today, we're at 8,200 feet in elevation. Denver's at 5,200 feet. So we're another 3,000 feet higher. So, plan for, even thinner air.
Yes.
It's drier, and it does snow more. There's a lot more snow. It snows more often. The snow is deeper. The roads are worse than even just in Denver. Like several times when I was a kid, like it was snowing up here and Denver it was just raining.
Right.
And that happens all the time. When you live up in the mountains, the temperature is about 10 degrees cooler all the time. So if it's 70 degrees down there, it's 60 up here. Great in summers, but not so great in winter time.
Yes.
So the other thing that comes with more snow that you need to be prepared for is most mountain homes, especially if you're on some acreage, you have a really long driveway. It can be really steep, it might have turns in it, and you will have to plow that yourself. So many people that live in the mountains have an ATV or a plow truck or something like that where they plow their own driveway, because you don't just have the short driveways that you do in the city or the suburbs. You have to plow your own driveway. No one's coming to do it for you.
Right.
And sometimes you'll be up at 4 a.m. doing that.
Yeah. You don't have a homeowners association that's going to come and, plow your driveway for you, plow the road for you. There's nothing. Sidewalks, nothing. It's all on you.
You got to be self-sufficient.
Yes.
Or pay your neighbors. The other problem or other thing you need to know about long driveways is that you're going to have to haul your trash containers
all the way.
all the way to the top or bottom of your driveway. So that's fun.
Another, fun tip about living in the mountains, wildlife. So bear-proof trash cans. We get a lot of different wildlife here. By my mom's house, we get mountain lions, we get black bears, we get foxes, we get deer, we get turkeys, elk,
moose.
Yes.
And you know what? Actually, like a big misconception is everyone's afraid of the bears or the mountain lions.
Yes.
Tell you what you should actually be afraid of is the elk and the moose.
Yes. Run.
I've lived up here my whole life. The only thing that ever almost killed me was an elk.
Moose. Absolutely terrifying.
Yes. It's very rare, actually, that mountain lions or bears attack people.
Yep.
There's a lot more instances of them attacking pets. So you do need to be careful if you have pets, dogs, cats especially.
Yes.
Can't be running around in the mountains. They'll be food.
Yeah.
But as far as humans go, your biggest things you actually need to use caution about are those elk and moose.
Yes. We had a 4th of July parade not too long ago, and there was a black bear just hanging out by the parade. Didn't bother a single person. So
yeah, the bears and the mountain lions, they kind of leave you alone. I've seen them. They just run away when they see you.
Yeah.
But those elk.
Beware.
Okay, so some other things you need to know about living, in the mountains, especially on acreage. There are some neighborhoods in the mountains, like in Evergreen, that are on city water, public water, or something like that. But in general, I would say 90%, if you're living in the mountains, you will have to dig a well if you're building a house, or your house comes from well water. And you have to have a septic system. There's no public sewers. So just something to know. There's a few little things that go into caring for a septic system. They can't take as much. You're not supposed to throw feminine products or anything like that.
Baby wipes.
Yeah, none of that. You'll ruin your septic system. They're very expensive. Don't do it.
Yes.
Take the steps that they say to care for your septic system. And well water, the one thing to know about that is if your well's not deep enough, there have been a couple summers and, 30 years that I've been around, that our well did dry up in those really, really dry seasons. So that is a risk. So just be aware of that and make sure that when you're buying a home up in the mountains that your well is deep enough and adequate enough to get water. One of the hardest things is there's been a lot of wildfires,
Yes.
especially along the Front Range in Colorado. So homeowners insurance is actually can be very hard to get and can be very expensive. And they have all these crazy requirements, like trees have to be a certain distance from your home. They can't have any branches touching, touching anything.
Right.
And you have to do what's called fire mitigation. Fire mitigation on mountain properties is a lot of work.
Yes.
You need to if a tree dies, you have to have it cut down and taken away. You have to mitigate all the dead branches. You have to rake all the pine needles. Otherwise your home won't be insured, and you're risking, if there's a wildfire, you risk losing your home if you don't do all these wildfire mitigation steps, which are a lot of work. So the other thing to know about living in the mountains is walkability is not a thing.
Yeah. You're not walking to Target here.
There is no Target. And no, you're not. You can't, like, your kids really, there's a couple neighborhoods, but in general, your kids cannot walk to school. There's no sidewalks. The mountain properties are all connected by like one major highway,
Right.
like a highway.
Yes.
So, people just don't walk on the side of 4-lane, 2-lane highways. There's no sidewalks. It's very dangerous. So
You could, but
you're not
good luck.
walking. You're not walking to the store. You're not walking your kids to school.
No.
It's not a thing. And public transportation is scarce. There is a bus system.
Yes.
But to be honest, I don't know that much about it, and I've heard it's not great.
Yeah. Questionable things.
Reliability, especially in snowstorms,
Yes.
is difficult. So you need to have a car, and you need to be able to be prepared to drive your kids to
And
all their activities.
With
if
that
that's
car, it needs to have 4-wheel drive.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. A couple other things you need to know are about utilities up here in the mountains. There's no Comcast or cable. Xfinity has the highest speed internet here in Colorado. That in a lot of the mountain areas is not available. So if you want really, really fast internet, you're gonna look at like satellites options, or you're gonna be kind of slow on your Zoom meetings.
Right.
You can still get internet, but like it takes a really long time to download a Netflix movie, or sometimes those Zoom meetings don't really work.
But there is a lot of plus sides to living in the mountains. You get to live in the mountains.
Yes.
And it's beautiful here.
This is everyone's dream,
Yes.
right?
We wouldn't want to live anywhere else. So with those things in mind, it's just things to mentally prepare yourself on what to expect when living here.
Yeah.
But there's so many bonuses, which
Privacy,
yes.
clean air.
Yes. You get space.
Grass doesn't really grow that well up at these elevations.
Ooh, good point.
So you don't have to mow a lawn.
Bonus.
Hopefully this is very helpful, and if you have more questions about it, feel free to reach out to us. We are Colorado natives, and we would be more than happy to help answer all your real estate questions and get you ready to live in the mountains.
Yeah. Just a reminder, we are licensed real estate agents in the beautiful state of Colorado. If you want to come check out some mountain properties, we are your girls to go to. If you have any real estate needs or questions, please feel free to call us on the number listed below or email us. And of course, we would love if you hit the subscribe button. We'll see you soon.